Hey guys, Dean here from We Coach Crypto. I hope you're keeping well and I hope you're having a great day. Today, we've got a very special guest on. His name's Luke and he's from a very, should we say, an interesting company that's just hit the crypto market. Well, say a couple of years ago, but they're really starting to get some traction now. And the service they provide for mainly crypto investors, we believe has huge value. We believe it's going to grow substantially. That's why I've gone out my way to get Luke in to speak about AutoCoinCars. Luke, how you doing, buddy?
Very well, mate. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. I thought it was very important to get you in because I know a lot of guys that watch what we do at We Coach Crypto, and some of and our audience really would take benefit in what you have to say and what your business provides as a service, and really kind of go into what the ecosystem is all about and what you're trying to achieve in this crypto arena. So, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and then move on to a little bit about what AutoCoinCars does as an ecosystem?
Yeah, definitely. So, I've always been a bit of an entrepreneur. Always had multiple businesses. A lot of my businesses are all in different sectors. So, there's great. There's nothing really that's stopping them all from being their own standalone entities. But I've always been interested in crypto. I've always been a personal investor in crypto, and in my strong opinion, it's never changed. Crypto is the future. Cryptocurrency is 100% here to stay. So I kind of looked at the market. I looked at where crypto is and its huge benefits, but then it's also its limitations. So we've decided to launch AutoCoinCars, which is the largest worldwide platform that gives a real world usage to cryptocurrency and allows people to actually spend and do direct wallet to wallet transactions for vehicles all over the world. So yeah, it's gone pretty crazy.
I know. I've been following you since about 2018. When was it the launch? 2018 was it?
Yeah, it was late 2017, then early 2018. Yeah. We was kind of going, and it's just gone crazy since then.
Yeah. I picked up on you in 2018. I thought I looked into you, and obviously I knew you guys were UK based. I looked into you. I was like, Nottingham. That's not too far from where we are. And I thought, great. I looked into you more, and I've just seen you guys develop, grow. Taking on more dealerships as time's gone along, and I've just seen it grow into what it is today. It's a bit of a beast now, and I can't imagine where it's going to be in kind of 5 years' time. What problem do you solve as a business? I know you guys have a lot to do with exit strategy, because it's okay getting into crypto. It's okay making these stupid gains in Bitcoin or Dogecoin, and you put in $5,000 in, you're making 100 grand. But surely you want to use some of that profits to move somewhere or have something tangible at the end of it. And I think that's where you guys kind of, that's the arena you guys work in, isn't it? Because obviously you want to turn your crypto
100%.
into something. And obviously we all know that supercars is probably the top fancy for some of these crypto that are making a fortune.
Well, listen, look at what you guys do. You guys are amazing at what you do. You're advising people. You're getting people into crypto. People are making stupid amount of money, but what's really lacking out there in the world is the adoption or the exit strategy for people. And what do people do? You probably get it. I get it all the time. People phone me up. People email us. What do I do? I've got all this crypto. What can I do with it? And people don't really know what to do. They might have made a lot of money, but there's no point making money if you can't do anything with it. 100%. So we decided to solve this problem. We looked at, after properties, the next luxury item that people want to purchase is vehicles. Without a shadow of a doubt. Everybody wants a car. Everybody wants the Lambos. Even if you can't afford a Lambo, or your crypto portfolio doesn't allow you to buy a Lambo or a Ferrari, even buying a Range Rover or a Golf or a BMW, anything like that.
Let me just stop you. Just say, for instance, I'm an 18-year-old chap now, yeah? Because crypto is getting a lot of younger guys involved now, and it is a lot of younger. Say, for instance, I had £1,000, trade on a few, should we say, high-risk coins, and made £10,000. Could I come to you with £10,000 and purchase a vehicle?
Yeah, we've got over 25,000 vehicles on the site, on the platform right now.
Right.
We deal with over 500 car dealers, independent car dealers all over the country. We've got things from your £1,000 Fiat Punto as a first car somebody would buy, all the way up to your £1.6 million Bacanis and Bugattis. And we've got every single thing in between. So people think it's only Ferraris we sell, or it's only Lambos. Yes, they're the luxury stuff. They're the stuff that get all the press. But actually, crypto, and this is what's special about crypto, everybody's portfolio is relative. Everybody's position is relative to them. So if, like you just said, someone goes in at 1,000 and then they now got 10,000, they've got £9,000 profit. If they go and exit out into a £4,000 Golf GTI or a Mercedes or anything like that, they've now cashed out. They've got this physical car. They've been looking at a screen. They've seen all these numbers on the screen. They've seen all these coins. Now they've physically got something to sit in. There you go. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 100%. And I think that's very important for an exit strategy, because at the end of the day, we're all doing this for a reason, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's a watch, whether it's whatever it may be. But we all have to take into account that an exit strategy is very important to everyone there, because we didn't just get into crypto just to be in crypto. You know, whether you're holding for 2 years, you're holding for 5 years, or you've got in on this bull run and you put 10,000, you turn it into 100 grand, you know, AutoCoinCars can help you exit strategy out. You might not want to take all of it out. Everyone's different, but I can see why AutoCoinCars is very appealing to people, because let's be honest about it now, nowhere else can get the kind of gains that crypto can get. So your life can change pretty quick if you're working correctly in crypto. It isn't hard to get to like a Porsche or Ferrari level, providing you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think what we do as well, the biggest problem as well is some people still don't, they're still nervous about it. You can educate people, but ultimately, this is why AutoCoinCars has a place in the market, because we not only protect car dealers and allow car dealers to sell to cryptocurrency customers, which they can't do without us. You go to a car dealer and go, all right, mate, I want to spend my 4 Bitcoin with you. They'll laugh you out the door. They think you're a scammer. You think, because they don't get it, they don't know it. Their game is selling cars, and they're very good at it. Whereas what we do is we facilitate that and protect all parties involved. The cryptocurrency guy knows he can send us the coins. We deal with them in the correct way, so they're not going to get lost. They're not going to get stolen. Nothing's going to happen to them. And ultimately, the car dealer is going to get paid, and they're going to get their car.
It's a clean transition bridge, basically. You're bridging crypto into physical assets.
Yeah,
brilliant. I love it. I love it.
And
so can I? Sorry.
It's taken, obviously, you look at the car industry, there's a lot of car dealers classed as dinosaurs. It's one of the oldest markets in our day and age. It's been going for dozens and dozens and dozens of years. So but they're not really moved with the times, and especially when it comes to payments. And this is where cryptocurrency is leading the way in the new age of payments. And I truly believe that cryptocurrency is the future of car sales, because this is how we do it.
100%. So let me ask you a question. Say, for instance, I had my portfolio today, okay, right? And I found a car through your site. I went to your site and I found a car that I wanted to get. Okay. How quick can the transaction happen? Like, if I sent you the coin, like, would I just phone you, or would I just email you? How would it work? You know, how does the transaction work then? If you can explain that, like, because that's I'm sure what a lot of people are thinking, like, what's the process?
Yeah, I think when it comes to there's a few parts of that. When it comes to speed, we have done the fastest transaction. We've settled a balance within 30 minutes. We deal with Nano. We onboarded Nano. Nano is one of the fastest blockchains out there to be able to settle, and ultimately we've paid that dealer so fast that the customer's driving away in 30 minutes. Wow. It's faster than any other fiat means or 100%. Any other bank transfer or anything like that. But in its entirety, essentially, what you've got to do, nothing changes to how people normally buy vehicles. You need to go and test drive the car. You need to go and tire kick it, check it's what you want, have a look at it, the colour right, is the spec right. And once you've got all that done and you've agreed a price with the car dealer, that's when we get involved. We then receive a copy of the invoice from the car dealer. We then work a live rate out based on what currency the customer wants to spend with. We then issue them a direct dealer wallet. So every dealer has their own wallet within our ecosystem, which then this customer is sending a direct wallet transaction to them, which we manage on their behalf, cash out and pay them in the bank. Because ultimately, these dealers don't want coins. They just want pounds in the bank.
They need to replenish their stock, don't they? I get it. It's like any other business. They're not dealing in crypto. They just it's just another form of payment for them. So
it's opening up a brand new customer base for the dealers. And it's opening up another avenue for cryptocurrency customers to have a real world usage. So
100%.
it's a no-brainer.
So like 100%, like this is what's needed in crypto. It's what's needed. It is because like once you understand crypto, you can make a lot of money out of it. You can. I'm sure you've seen a lot of guys that have had a lot of crypto from back in 2013, 14, 15 that they're using now. They're using a couple of Bitcoin to buy a car. It's crazy, isn't it? Think roll back a few years ago, like, you know, it'd take you a few hundred Bitcoin to buy a Lambo. Do you get what I mean? Now you could, I reckon by the end of this cycle, we'll probably be close to one Bitcoin to probably a Hurricane or something like that. That is fully achievable. It is, and it's crazy 100%. To think that. And I think, you know, with having platforms like this, it's good that you've got someone that, you know, is fully regulated. They know what they're doing. They're adhering to everything, and they're making it safe for people to transact. Because
100%.
Like you're saying, it's like if I walked over to a dealer and go, "Can I have that car?" and I pay in Bitcoin, he'd go, "No chance." But I wouldn't want to pay. I wouldn't want to pay in fiat because I've made my profits in crypto. I've turned 10 grand into 100 grand. So I want to use that because then essentially my Hurricane or whatever car it is, that's 100 grand. It's only costing me 10 grand.
Yeah, that's right. And it's also relative. So you look in there, and people think we had people when you look at the crash when it went down to £3,500, £3,900. We were still selling then because it was relative. And when it went up to 5,000, there's people who bought in at 3.5, maybe put 100 grand in there, and it's gone up to 5,000-6,000. They still made a profit, so they still sell. Because people say to us, "Oh, you must only sell when the market's going up." No, it's everything's relative. And you got to think if you're a person who's in at 100 quid or 90 quid and you're an early adopter, it's relative for you to still be in profit. If it's now at 35,000, if you bought at 25,000, you still made some good money. So now you're exiting. And people say to me all the time, "Well, I'll kick myself if I bought a coin then." It's relative at that time, and that's what people don't get. Crypto's so live, it's so versatile there and then. It's a there and then transaction, and it only becomes real on 2 points: the point you go in and the point you come out. And you do amazing at putting people in at the right point, going at this point, and then them coming out. But it's relative to them. They could have held on and gone to another 5,000,
but
10,000
then you could say that. You could say that all the time. Like, then what's the point living your life? You know, at the end of the day, what's the point getting to 90 years old, 100 years old, and being able to afford five Lamborghinis? You know, do you understand what I mean? Like, to me, it's like you've got to take profits. You've got to enjoy your hard work, and you've got to take some. I wouldn't suggest anybody you still have skin in the game, but like you say, it's all relative. You know, if your portfolio, 100%. You put 20 grand in and you made 200 grand, you know, maybe you want a car that's 50, 60, 70 grand. You know, 100%. It is like you say, it's all relative. And I think that's what people need to understand, because there's always going to be opportunities out there. And, you know, because there's always opportunities out there, you might never sell. Okay, you've got a fantastic looking portfolio, but you ain't got nothing tangible to show for it.
And when does it become a point where you stop looking at these numbers on the screen? We've all done it. I've done it. I sold out at 12,500, 14,000. It then went up to 40,000. I was happy because it was relative for me. It was the right time for me to sell, and it got me the right things I wanted. Sure. Ultimately, you sat in your car. You got to stop looking at the screens and see. And like you said, you've got to enjoy, and that's why we do this. And what AutoCoinCars does, it gives you a real world usage and an instant usage as well. So you cash out there, you're in your Range Rover, or you're in your Hurricane, or you're in your Lambo, whatever you want to be in. And like I say, it's able to suit everybody, because like you said, we've got cars from £500-600 all the way up to 1.6 million, and we can cater for everybody.
So what, like, kind of, because I follow you, so I know what you do, and I follow you quite meticulously. I'm very interested in what I like to see the growth and what you guys are doing, and I see you work with some very heavy hitters in the game. Yeah, you do work in the UK. If anybody's listening outside of the UK here, for the UK, you work with some of the heaviest hitters in the game.
100%.
And it's good to see that, like, the adoption's there with them, and it's good to see that people are coming into it. Like, what's the most expensive car you've ever sold or been part of the transaction?
So we just sold a Ferrari F12, £645,000.
Wow. That was all paid in Bitcoin. Was that
Ethereum? So
okay.
I think on the day it was 393,000. 393 Ethereum for that. So if you work out the money today, that's about 900 to £1 million. But it was relative for that person at the time. They've cashed out and they've took they're now enjoying this Ferrari.
100%.
It could have gone backwards. It could have gone, but you got the likes of Redline and the Maris, who are probably two of our biggest dealers, and they're the biggest hitters in the country. Yeah. These guys have come on board with us, and they've took the bull by the horns. They've gone, we can see now this is the future. We can see this is going places. We're going to open ourselves up to these kind of customers with the protection of AutoCoinCars. Because if we did this ourselves, we might have took this Ethereum, we've got the rate wrong, we've got this wrong, and before you know it, the £645,000 we've just accepted for this car is worth 500. We fucked up now. We've lost the money because they've down it. That's not what they want. So ultimately, the dealers are opening another avenue up, but we're protecting them and cashing them out and mitigating all the risk. But not only mitigating the risk for the dealer, because they get full invoice price, we're mitigating the risk for the customer. Well, you got to think, if you send me Bitcoin, once I receive 2 confirmations on the blockchain, I mitigate the risk, whether that plummets or I'm settling that full invoice for you. So it's a no-brainer for the customer. Again, it's another great
okay, so I'm just going to break that down in simpler terms. So me as a client, if I come to you with, say, 2 Bitcoin, I want to buy this Lamborghini Huracan, okay? Yeah. For example, it's £100,000. I've got 2 Bitcoin, which is £50,000, just for argument's sake, okay? I send them to you, okay? And then 5 minutes later, I don't know, China's going to ban crypto, and we have a quick 10% correction. Now you've only got £90,000 worth of Bitcoin. So I'm still covered there because I sent it you at 50,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously the dealer still wants 100,000 for his car. Yeah. So you've got to cover the short. Would it be you that covers the short?
Yeah, AutoCoinCars, we mitigate all the risk. So this is why this is why everybody wants to work with us. Not only is it safe, not is it secure, and is it fast, but we do mitigate the risk. So heaven forbid that does happen. And we are pretty good at doing what we do. Do you know what I mean? It's like you guys. We do this every day of the week.
Quick in the transaction speeds are very quick.
And this is what we do. But ultimately, yes, we mitigate the risk if it was to plummet, and we settle on behalf of the customer and on behalf of the dealer. So
that's great.
Everybody's, and this is why so many people use us, because there is cheaper ways out there, but like we know in life, cheaper is not better. And especially when you're dealing with cryptocurrency of full and final payment, because you're not dealing with a bank here where you can ring your bank and say, "Oh, drag that money back for me."
No one's getting your crypto back for you.
You ain't getting that back. And once that's gone, and if anybody's a seasoned crypto investor or trader, we've all got a horror story where we've made some mistake and lost an amount.
Yeah,
we've all got to have one. So ultimately, you've got to learn from that, and that's why we get people and our trust pilot, our reputation, it speaks for itself. And that's why it's kind of a snowballing business, because one guy who buys a car for us today introduces 5 of his friends, and that's where it goes. And it's we're just, traction is ridiculous.
No, it is. I can definitely see it is. Okay, so I know you've got AutoCoinCars. We've gone through that. Basically, we can buy Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all the cars that are available in the UK. And do you work overseas as well?
Yeah. We just had a customer buy a car from Cyprus. Okay. It depends where the customers are, what they want. A lot of customers, they might ship it over.
Just to stop you, would you import if there was a client from the UK that wanted a vehicle from the US, or if someone that's working in some of the trade, like crypto trade that's watching this is working in Milan or Italy or wherever it may be, but wants to import a car from the UK, can them facilities be done if they contact you?
Yeah, 100%. We're staying away from the US at the moment, just because of that market and the regulations and stuff like that. And there's a lot of the world to go at. But yeah, we've sold cars in Dubai, we've sold cars to Pakistan and to India. We've sent them all over Europe, and 1,000,000%. This is what's so good about cryptocurrency. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, the payment can be facilitated. It's decentralized. No one's got an agenda. The banks aren't freezing it, and this is why we've got to utilize cryptocurrency to its fullest. And this is one of the perks of using cryptocurrency, because you have that borderless transaction where it's not having to go and cryptocurrency doesn't care what country you're in. A wallet to wallet, your wallet's in the UK or your wallet's in Dubai or in the middle of Europe, it doesn't matter, because cryptocurrency doesn't no prejudice against that.
Yeah, no, of course. It's been a very interesting conversation. So, I know we're going to wrap up here shortly, but just quickly, you've got other parts of AutoCoinCars. I know I'll talk about AutoCoinCars because that's the one that I'm most familiar with, and it's the one that I watch because I'm a big car fan myself. But you've got Auto Payments as well, haven't you?
Yeah, AutoCoin Payments. So AutoCoin Payments is the technology that empowers these marketplaces. So what it is, it's a turnkey solution that empowers any sector. So we've got we're currently onboarding multiple businesses that have decided that they're very good at what they do.
Yeah.
And actually they want to start opening themselves up like AutoCoinCars does to crypto world.
Yeah.
They want to start opening up. So we've got an aviation company. So they're now going to start accepting cryptocurrency as a method of payment for their private jets, helicopters, and different methods of travel. We've got a jeweler who's currently looking at, and they're just commissioning a huge range of like all designer jewelry and diamonds and different bits of watches and stuff. We're now empowering that marketplace. So AutoCoin Payments is a solution there.
Let me just stop you there. So if I wanted to buy a Rolex, because I know this is a big thing in the market, a Rolex, you know, I can come to you and I can get a Rolex as well. I can come to you and pay for, I don't know, a Richard Mille with crypto.
Yeah, 100%. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to regulate and facilitate cryptocurrency into physical assets. And Brilliant. This is why we've got within the AutoCoin brand, we've got AutoCoin properties, we've got AutoCoin watches, we've got AutoCoin gold, we've got all these sub brands that are growing, and these ecosystems are in the pipeline to be built. But we're also AutoCoin Payments is empowering a turnkey solution to industries that are already there. And this is what we want to do. We can just plug in through APIs and overnight empower these businesses that do what they do great. But then we take the payments and deal with all the cryptocurrency, what we do great. So that it's a no-brainer.
Makes sense. It makes sense. And we need companies like this in order to grow this ecosystem. You know, I think more as we're getting on, we're seeing more and more companies, banks and so on adopt this. So it's only a natural progression that obviously what you're doing, I can see growing. But we need this. We need companies like yours to be doing this type of thing, because otherwise, if we don't, then where are we going to grow? How are we going to grow? If people are not taking the risk like yourself, putting your money where your mouth is, going through years and years of building AutoCoinCars up, then, you know, we wouldn't be where we are in the industry right now, and Bitcoin wouldn't be at the price it's at if we didn't have solutions like this in order for people to exit out of crypto into assets. Because, like you say, it's only numbers on a screen. It's not worth anything if you can't convert it.
But the thing is as well, when you look into, we could talk all day about now the banking sectors and these different sectors looking to, are they going to adopt cryptocurrency? Are they running a mile away from cryptocurrency? But ultimately, they're not crypto people. They're banking people. So actually, they need to come to crypto people and get the advice and get the knowledge, because we spent years learning and fine-tuning our art. So why? So with these banks and stuff, they're saying they would adopt it, but they don't get it still. They really don't. And I think with AutoCoin Payments, ultimately we mitigate the risk, and that's a huge factor for people, because when you are exiting, it's who's left with this baby, because ultimately you've got a coin that's going up or down, but then you've got a fiat amount, or you've got an amount that needs settling. Who's left with that then going up and down, that fluctuation?
If you can't beat them, join them. So what you're saying to me is obviously the banks need to work with people like us, or ideally you're going to be getting one hefty offer very soon, or in the next coming years for your business from Barclays or RBS or someone like that.
Listen, do you know what I mean? Ultimately, you look at your likes of Amazon, your likes of eBay. We want to empower these people. We have a payment solution that can empower these guys. You look at someone like OnlyFans; they're just about to pull their payments because and stop all this. We can empower these kind of people, which and actually
Bitcoin has no Bitcoin, like, you know, exactly. It's open source. You don't need to permit. It's permissionless. If I want to buy something with someone, it's permissionless. But at the end of the day, what you got to understand is, as much as people don't want to use fiat currency, we still live in a fiat currency world where the world does operate with fiat currency. As much as we don't all like it, and it's very deflationary, inflationary. You know, Bitcoin's deflationary. We still have to use it, and that's where every exit goes to, and that's all these asset classes are all priced in pounds and dollars. So
and this is and obviously they base that on there, but you get currently the world's starting to adopt more where you could do a peer-to-peer transaction,
yeah,
and that could fully stay in crypto. But you can't do a peer-to-business at the moment because businesses actually, in my eyes, like I say to these car dealers all the time, if I owned a car dealership and I had the liquidity there, I would actually retain the crypto because that's a stronger asset than my actual Lamborghini or my Ferrari or my Range Rover. Because that 100 Ethereum I've just accepted today for X amount of 100,000, if I wait, that's now worth an extra 100,000 more. So actually, I've made more on my car. If I'm making $5,000 on the car, I could have made 50 grand on my crypto. But then it all becomes on the strategy.
Yeah. Some businesses are bigger than others and can do that to a certain extent. But I'm sure some of these smaller car dealers, if they sell at like their most expensive car, they probably need that liquidity back into.
They need it,
100%. To re kind of balance everything up and buy more stock. But Luke, it's been great having you on. If some of my clients or people that are in my network want to know more about what you do and contact you, can you leave us with some details? I'm going to put them in the description. And guys, if you're interested in buying a car, if you're interested in getting into a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or if it's a low end car or a medium end car, if it's 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand, whatever it may be, AutoCoinCars is definitely worth looking at, getting your crypto into there, because like I said, guys, this bull run now we're kind of halfway through it. We're about to hit the next leg up. A lot of people are going to make a lot of money from 100%. Crypto. And what's going to happen? We're probably going to get a pullback towards the end of the year or beginning of next year. And last thing you want to do is make 10 grand into 100 grand and then see it go back to 10 grand. You'd rather have an exit strategy, buy the dip, and then go again.
1,000,000%. The best advice you could ever give somebody.
Thank you very much, Luke. A pleasure as always, and we look forward to doing another one soon. Like I said, AutoCoinCars details will be in the link below. Guys, check them out. Luke, take care, my brother, and I'll catch you soon.
Cheers, brother.
Sorry.